What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today what I got for you guys is everything you need to know about the Season 2 Reloaded update, all the new content coming in today, and so much more. If you do find the video helpful or informative at any point, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you always stay up to date on the latest Call of Duty news and updates. But this update will be going live on March 6th, which is going to be at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Around a week before this update goes live, we will receive the official marketing for the Reloaded update. And this entails the official blog post from Call of Duty showing the new marketing, the artwork, the brand new features, and what to expect. Pretty much an entire roadmap of what the update is going to be. Usually with Reloaded updates, they have delayed them a couple of days. So for example, instead of a week before, maybe they'll do it the Thursday or Friday before. And right now, because on the 28th, this upcoming Wednesday, we have the Walking Dead event starting, they may not market it on that day in particular, and we may have to wait an extra couple of days. Before we get into it, a quick word from our sponsor, MessyModdingStore.com. It's a store that can get you the most exclusive operators, help you complete your mastery camo challenges, and much more. And the reason why I promote them is they do everything 100% legit without using mods or unlock tools. And not to mention, they have some of the best reviews, so check them out. The link will be down in the description. Now for the multiplayer section of the Reloaded update, we got some brand new content. The first thing is the new DOS house map, or I should say the remastered version of DOS house. That will be the new map version, which will be available right at launch of the mid-season update. It's labeled as a new remastered version. These are the photos and angles of what it looks like now with this new version that they decided to recreate. The good thing is, so far with remasters in Modern Warfare 3, they have kept that original blueprint, that original layout that people love so much, but all at the same time, they updated the quality, meaning that although it's a new remastered version, it will still feel like the old original one that many players were a fan of in Vanguard. They also mentioned that this will be a small scale map, so meaning that you're going to see some DOS House 24/7 playlists. It's going to be mixed along with Shipment, Meat. We saw those past playlists before where they just mix them up for 24/7 playlists. And then we have two additional map variants coming in. These are not necessarily new ones, these are just variants. The first one is called Airborne, which will be a remake of Terminal. It says right here, a virulent plague of unknown origin has swept through Terminal, coating almost every surface with disgusting, pustule-pulsing growths of alien origin. All flights are surrounded as swarms of locusts fill the skies. The interior of the park plane is thick with ooze dripping from the fuselage, and the periodic cockroach invasion at Burger Town indicates this place needs much more than fumigation. And these are just like the different angles as you see here. And then the next map variant is an updated version of Skid Row called Skid Grow, which will be a limited time mode, once again 6v6 medium size. These are the different angles of the map that they have provided. This will be only available for like 2 weeks out of the entire Season 2 Reloaded update, which I will show you guys and share with you guys a little bit more information on the Decay event that it's tied to in the event section. The next set of new content are going to be the two brand new modes. First one being called Juggermosh, which will be limited time as well. Sledgehammer introduces a special third-person perspective multiplayer mode variant called Juggermosh. This is an all Juggernaut combat all the time within matches of kill confirmed, domination, and hardpoint. Aside from the wanton mayhem this mode brings, there are additional rules that add a tactical twist. Maneuver your hulking armor in the middle of the map and secure a powerful OHK one-hit kill melee weapon. Gives you tremendous close range power. I'm gonna talk about what that melee weapon is in just a second. And it says giving you tremendous close range power at the expense of becoming the biggest threat on the battlefield. Drop an adversary and inspect the remains. You can grab armor from the fallen and bulk yourself up. Also check the health bar above your enemy's head and ensure your headshots matter, as this damage is increased. They also mentioned that you will not be able to take fall damage, and dropping from tall enough structures will create a ground pound and area of effect stun. The biggest thing about this mode is they mentioned that there's an event tied to it, which might be Warhammer 40k, and we're going to talk about that in just a second as well. Going on to the next mode that we have, this is going to be called Bounty, which will be also available. It says eliminate enemy players until the score limit is reached to win. Each player has unlimited lives. The match plays similar to TDM. The player with the most kills from each team will be marked as a high value target. This HVT alternates between teams and on a time interval, and extra points are awarded when the high value target is slain. That pretty much wraps up all the new content for multiplayer. Now we jump into the content that's pretty much going to be available for all modes, and these are the two brand new weapons that we are going to receive. So the first one is called the SOA Subvitter Battle Rifle. This will be a battle rifle chambered in 7.62. That's a hard-hitting rifle, dominates at mid to longer range thanks to a low rate of fire and a predictable recoil. This is the photo that they have provided of this weapon. It'll be available pretty much across all modes, multiplayer, Warzone, as well as zombies. They mentioned the way to unlock this weapon will be by completing a weekly challenge. Pretty much very similar to the TAC Evolver, you would need to complete 5 out of the 7 weekly challenges for that particular week in order to unlock it. My guess is this will go live with week number 5's challenges, and you'll be able to unlock it that way. And then the second weapon that we have is called the Soul Render melee weapon, which is going to be the big sword that's going to be available. And they mentioned that it is redacted. And usually when they say that, that means it will be available in the battle pass as the classified battle pass sector. There's probably going to be some sort of challenges, like usually 4 challenges. You'll need to complete those, and then you will be able to unlock this weapon as the final reward. And as mentioned earlier, this is a very big weapon because it's going to be tied to numerous different types of events. We're going to be seeing a pretty crazy weapon blueprint for it. Who wouldn't want a sword in Call of Duty? Anyways, let's talk about the upcoming events. The first one is called the Vortex Decays Realm limited time event. Once again, just like the last Vortex event that we had, it's probably going to last anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks, but here's what makes it different. Not only are we going to be seeing these brand new maps, which are going to be Skid Grow and Airborne that we talked about earlier, we will also be getting the return of Tetanus, Spore Yard, and Satan's Quarry, which we saw during the Vortex event during Season 1. Here are the details they tell us. Explore the terrifying strangeness of the otherworldly map variants in this mid-season mosh pit. Vortex Decays Realm features Team Deathmatch, Domination, Kill Confirmed, and Horde Point on rotation, which is so much better than getting it just in free-for-all, and I think this is already going to be a big W. And then they also mentioned drop into Tetanus, Satan's Quarry, Spore Yard, and the new map variants. Expect the Vortex Decays Realm event to launch alongside this with the limited time mode. That means there's going to be some rewards, some sort of challenges that you'll need to complete. I hope it's not the same way where you needed to get like an insane amount of XP. I think it was like 3 million XP last time. According to leakers, this might actually be the Mastery Camo reward that you are going to get, called the Wriggler Camo, and it is going to be animated, but I think those are worms on the camo, which sort of match that whole theme of the Decays Realm event. We will get a little bit more information on the rewards later on once the blog post actually drops. Jumping into the next event that we have, this is another collaboration with Dune, so they're coming in for the 3rd time, and this one is called the Dune Rule of Fate event. Based on the way that they have it on the roadmap, I'm gonna guess it will be a bigger one, meaning that there will be some sort of challenges that you'll need to complete, and on top of that there will be rewards. And one of the rewards that we actually saw, which has already been leaked, is this Paul Atreides operator skin variant. This isn't set to be arriving in the store. It wouldn't even make sense for them to sell it because we already got the Paul Atreides bundle without the mask on. Why would they charge another $2,400 for a version with the mask on? So apparently this might be a free variant that you will be able to get. We're guessing this is going to be the mastery reward and will be available for everyone, but what are your thoughts and opinions on them making this operator skin for free if you spent your money on the other version, which was without a mask? And then on top of that, there's also a store update which brings in the Harkonnen Tracer pack. I haven't seen Dune, so I'm not entirely sure what role this person plays, but I'm guessing it has to do with the Dune collab because they mentioned it as a Dune operator skin. And then there's also the early in-game showcase, so this is like a photo and a little short clip of what we have of it so far. They mentioned it's a Tracer pack, but we don't know what the Tracer weapon blueprints are for or what they look like. Going on to the 3rd crossover that has been leaked, this is the Call of Duty and Warhammer 40k collaboration. We've talked about this in the past, but there have been numerous amounts of leaks of a big crossover happening between the two. First off, we have this in-game footage of the blue Ultramarines. This is a texture coming in straight from the file, so it proves that Call of Duty is indeed working on this crossover. There's also a red version, which I believe in Warhammer community they call it the Blood Marine. I do apologize if I get any of these references wrong. And then there's also a Warhammer 40k Riot Shield, which looks to be a blueprint that they're going to be introducing at a point as well. And then there's also the finishing move, which I believe showcases a servo skull. Thanks to you guys in the comments for letting me know. This is something also from Warhammer 40k. So with all these leaks floating around in the files, it's safe to assume that there will be a crossover collaboration. Now, what tells me it's going to be the Reloaded update where we're going to get this is they mentioned that there's going to be a Juggermosh LTM, which you talked about earlier in the video. And the Ultramarine and the Blood Marine outfits that I showed you guys are not actual operator skins, but they're actually Juggernaut skins, which makes sense because apparently they stand up to like 14 feet tall and would not be able to fit as Call of Duty operators. It just wouldn't make sense to make them that. So they did put them in the files as Juggernaut outfits, meaning that they're probably going to be playable within this mode. And also, if you recall, they mentioned that there was going to be a melee weapon, a very strong melee weapon that would be available. And one strong melee weapon that they use in Warhammer is the Chain Sword, which is a version of the sword melee weapon, the soul render that we're getting in game. Just, I guess, as a blueprint, they're adding a chainsaw to it. And if you take a look at this finishing move, which is actually unfinished because the sword is still not in the game yet, you can see that the operator's animation looks like he's shaking as if a chainsaw is running through his body. And then according according to leakers, they also leaked some sort of Juggernaut finishing moves, which probably have to do with this LTM. And my guess is that because at the very bottom of the Juggernaut LTM, they mentioned that there will be a limited time event that's going to be coming in, and they don't mention too much about it. That might have to do with Warhammer 40k. And even on top of that, there was also some icons that were leaked for a game mode, and some of these look like some Juggernaut type of things. We also see an axe, a sword, just different types of icons and symbols. Regardless, I would be very surprised if it doesn't come in the mid-season update, and if it doesn't, you can expect it in season 3, but it looks very likely to be within this update. We'll know for sure once the blog post comes out. Anyways, going on to the next topic, this is going to be all the new content that you can expect for Warzone. Sadly, it doesn't look like there's a lot going on with this one, but here are the new items. The first one is a new POI, which is going to be on Fortune's Keep, called the Research Vessel. Apparently, this is going to be a location that will be moving, continuously rotating off the coast of Fortune's Keep, so it's not going to have a set location. It'll just be available in the water. We got to see a short clip in the trailer of it. Looks like it's just one really big boat, and it might have some really decent loot, and considering it's called the Research Vessel, they also mentioned that there is redacted to cover, meaning there might be some really good loot, some power-ups, a hidden Easter egg. Who knows? We'll figure that out once it actually releases. The next new item is called the Bunker Buster Killstreak. Use binoculars to designate a target structure. This lethal killstreak launches a missile that vertically decimates a building through multiple floors, hopefully clearing out foes hiding inside of it. The impact creates a long column of gas designated to force surviving enemies out of cover. So this is not like a precision or something where you could just get in a building and hide from. This actually, the goal of this killstreak is to get you from out of the building, which is actually, it sounds pretty overpowered. The next item that we have is called the Portable Decontamination Station Field Upgrade. We've said it before, but we actually mean it this time. Joining the loophole at mid-season, emitting a cloud of chemicals that counteract the corrosive properties of the circle gas, creating a temporary safe zone. Expect to deploy this to the ground and water on a platform, vehicle, and coastal buy station to reactivate it. And those are the 3 items coming into Warzone. Now we jump into Zombies. Zombies is actually getting some of the most content this time around because they didn't get anything in the first half. The first one is going to be a new story mission. This new mission will feature challenges that are available in the new Dark Ether Rift location. It says a new story mission with new terrors lurking within the Dark Ether await you. You will utilize a variety of redacted during the investigation of a second rift, which is going to be also the new content. You get a second rift. Alarming aberrations abound in this new maze as a mysterious entity makes her presence known to Ravenoff and the team while they frantically search for an exit from the rift. Earn coveted rewards, follow cryptic clues, and complete timed tasks, all while facing down the largest infested stronghold ever seen. Once again, very similar to the first rift you were able to enter, this one will take you to a different version of Al Mazrah. I can't imagine them making a brand new location from scratch, so they're probably going to recycle Al Mazrah and use some portion of it. There's also going to be some new schematics that you can get. Chances are they're going to be available in this new second rift. The first one is called the Mags of Holding. It says, who has time for reloading? Not you. If you activate the Mags of Holding, which allows your ammunition to feed directly from your weapon's ammo stash, essentially eliminating the need to reload your weapon. Then you have the Blood Burner Key. There's no need to scavenge for the Blood Burner Wonder Vehicle. On the map, if you're carrying the Blood Burner Key, simply use it to summon the possessed two-wheeler without a lengthy search beforehand. And the last schematic is the VR11. It says, those strike team operators planning on forming their own temporary regimen of undead friends or transformed humans can now take the VR11 Wonder Weapon into important outings thanks to this schematic. And the last piece of new content is going to be the new Warlord known as Carries. It says the Warlord Carries has set up her fortress in the Kill House at Orlov Military Base. She's known as a deadly and elusive chemical warfare specialist, and her defenses should be approached with extreme caution. Expect the exterior to be well fortified with soldiers, snipers, turrets, and traps, as well as poison gas grenades. It would be wise to bring gas masks. Breaching the fortress is only the first challenge. Once inside, expect visibility issues as Carrie's new gas compound hangs in the air throughout the facility, disrupting almost all sensors, including thermal weapon scopes. Perhaps there's a way to counteract this. Expect Carries to utilize conventional armaments as well as poisonous smoke screen, counting on her numerous bioweapons to choke you out. It's going to take teamwork to box her in and eliminate her. And the last set of new content that we're going to get are the new operator skins. These are just a bunch of different photos of some of the operator skins that have been revealed in Season 2. Most of them, as of right now, are unfinished, meaning that they still haven't added the weapon blueprints, they haven't added the artwork for the bundles, so they're probably going to do that in the Reloaded update, and then they will be available in the store. And these are just some of them. So the Harkonnen, we talked about that one before. And then we got this outfit called the Pestilence, which is a new Horseman variant skin, meaning that it will release sometime during the Vortex event. It looks like it will be an Ultra skin just like the last Horseman was, and you can see like the gas and the stuff moving above his head. And then there's the other operator skins, like for example we have this weird Transformers looking one for Dokkaebi, but it's not necessarily Transformers, so like an the off-brand collaboration. We also have this Safeguard Operator skin. It's speculated that it's going to be arriving with the Warzone mobile collaboration. And then we just got other random skins. For example, we also got this one called the BIOS. This looks like it's going to probably hit the store at some point as well. It's not finished as of right now. And these are just some of the skins, but there will be more surprise operators that will be revealed once we get closer and we get that roadmap. But this is everything that we know of so far in regards to Season 2 Reloaded. Let me know down in the comments, do you think that this is going to be a good update and are you looking forward to it? But don't forget to hit that like and don't forget to subscribe, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back on the channel again. Peace.